We're live. Go, Aaron!
Hey, everybody. Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Garblack Games, either here on Twitch Live or later on YouTube. We appreciate your patronage. Today, we are returning to the shadowy streets of Duskval with our Knaves of the Dusk, the Red Ledgers, a group of extremely unpredictable assassins. Who had an interesting session last week. But we'll go into a recap after we spend a moment learning a little bit about our crew. Ty, tell us
Yeah,
about your guy.
I am playing as Odo Bangle, otherwise known as Waziki, aka otherwise known as a monkey demon. Though Waziki is overall they're a pirate. You know, they came from Dagger Isles. When they finally got here, they had some cash saved up and said, "Hey, I need more money," and went gambling. And figured they found the best way to pirate, and that was taking rich people's money right from underneath them, and then at the same time, under the cover of the night, well, stabbing those same nobles in the back and probably taking whatever money that they didn't win in the games from them. That fun stuff.
Fantastic. Ben, tell us about Placid.
Placid is a completely reasonable, excellent planner, foresighted, far-sighted, regular, calm, chilled out, awesome guy who never does anything without considering, no, I'm lying entirely. Placid is a dangerous maniac who mainly lives to punch ghosts. His hobby is illegally being a vigilante spirit warden, and he likes to come up with crazy plans, sometimes involving goats. But he's technically a whisper.
Technically.
Technically.
Sadly, Pat has the flu tonight, so she will not be joining us. So Madame Asaria Bellevue, a.k.a. The Mistress, will be doing her downtime away from the screen. But hopefully she'll be back next week for our finale. Jeff, tell us about Leadbelly.
Hey, I'm Oleg Leadbelly Brine. I'm a leech of some very small renown. Maybe more after the events of what happened last time. Macarosi, and there was a time I had in my mind I was going to be a right respectable mechanic and tinkerer and tradesman, and then I blew something up, and that went sideways. Now I'll spend most of my off time chasing stars, stargazing with my dear friend Veldrin, who may or may not exist, who may or may not be possessed by a ghost, who may or may not be trying to kill all of us. And by us, I mean everyone. So things are looking up. There's that.
And Lewis, tell us about our resident hound.
Hello, I'm Lewis, and I'm playing Spence Biscuits Rush, who is a little banged up at the moment, as he got a bit closer to everything than he really wanted, which isn't usually his style. And after trying to trick some bluecoats into doing our job for us, getting shot probably didn't help. And then there's the whole ghost thing in my gut. Just the main problem was I didn't eat enough biscuits. There you go.
Could very well be the case. So in a brief recap, the Red Ledgers were at war with Ulf Ironborn, a former military leader from Skovland who had come to Duskval to try to build a beachhead as a counter-revolutionary. Because of their horrible relationship with Ulf Ironborn, they were also suffering from a bad rep on the docks. The dockers, Skovlanders themselves, the Skovland consulate and the Grinders, a Skovland crew who were looking to become Leviathan hunters. Now, they were on the precipice of war with all of them. So they went looking to see if there was somebody who would pay them some coin or in some favors to get rid of Ulf Ironborn, because no assassin wants to work for free. And they managed to find out that the leader of the Grinders, Hutton, was looking for somebody to take out Ulf Ironborn in a creative manner, because Hutton did not want the Grinders to become subservient to Ulf Ironborn. He has his own plans for the Grinders, and he knew that would not come to fruition if Ulf got leadership of the Skovlanders. So he said, listen, if you're able to take him out in a way that makes it look like he was against the Skovlanders or doing some things that aren't approved of by Skovlanders, I can help you out with your problems on the docks and with the other Skovland refugees. He said he goes, and he told you, he said, he'll be down on the North Docks there to pick up something. And at the same time, there's a group of cultists down there that have a barge, and they deal in demonology. They said, if you get a hold of Ulf, get him onto that barge, put this device on him, and kill him on this barge, it'll look like he was trying to summon a demon and died doing it, and that'll disgrace him. And then I'll smooth over all your issues with the Grinders and the other Skovlanders, and everything will be okay. So the Red Ledgers, they jumped at the opportunity. Now, some might think that they would clandestinely approach Ulf and his group of men, take him captive using trance powder or some such that they've done so effectively in the past, sneak him aboard this barge and kill him there, and then slip away into the night without anyone being aware. But no.
That would have been a great plan.
These unpredictable fellows decide to, one, create a minefield on the beach with explosives. Two, go to the Bluecoats in Dunslow and convince them that there's a Bluecoat operation going on down there, and then accompany them disguised as Bluecoats, as two squads of Bluecoats to attack. We get down there. Sadly, things didn't go as planned. The Bluecoats realized that the others were not Bluecoats. Biscuits was shot. The minefield exploded. Mayhem ensued. However, you did manage to get Ulf out to the barge, where you killed him, or within seconds of killing him, off of the barge, which would have been bad for the plan. But you managed to pull it off in the end. Killed Ulf, and then fled. Smartly fled the scene as quickly as humanly possible, because, there had been a lot of bad things going on. So you weren't able to search the barge, where there were, I'm just going to say, 10 coin worth of stuff to be salvaged from the barge. But you got away. You managed to get back to your lair.
What do we need 10 coin for?
Who needs 10 coin?
Only could just blow it up.
And you're
just make more bombs.
Quietly hunkered down behind Dundridge and Sons, licking your wounds. But before we get into downtime and everything, we're going to go through XP, because we had to jump out last week pretty quickly. So we're going to go through everybody's XP. Then we're going to go through the payout and the heat and the entanglement, and then we'll get into some downtime. So let's start with the crew, the Red Ledgers. Let's take a look at your XP triggers here. If my Roll20 will cooperate with me. It may not.
I've got you.
Okay.
Got them open.
All right. So, did you execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation? You did.
Yes. Yes, we did.
You definitely did do that. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? I would say yes. Ulf is slightly above your station, so I'd give you one for that.
Was.
Very good point. Was.
Bluecoats are above our station as well. And the cultists were probably above our station too.
Yes, but you didn't deal with the cultists directly.
That's true, we didn't deal directly.
I would not say you successfully dealt with the Bluecoats. So I'm still thinking just one for that.
I think we'll agree to disagree on that front.
Did you bolster your crew's reputation as being unpredictable? I would say 2 for that. I mean, you guys did absolutely nothing in a predictable manner during that heist. So I would say
Thank you.
4. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of your crew? I would also say yes for that. So I would say 5 XP for that. Does
Lovely.
anybody want to make an argument for any more or less?
Hey, unless we can make an argument for 3 more, it's not really worth it at this stage.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's perfect.
Okay, so we know where we're at then with the red ledgers for experience. So let's take a look at Placid for his personal experience. Did you mark all your desperate actions?
Yes, I did.
All right. You address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. You definitely used a maggot
did.
bomb
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
And I held the maggot bomb from
I would say
killing him
2.
instantly.
Yep. Yeah. I would say 2 for that.
Jolly good.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I believe the military expendable background was useful.
I would say. I would say so.
Yeah. Not so much with the heritage or the vice, but I suppose he's Akarosi. So we used the fact that we know the city a little bit better to pull off our heist today.
It's a stretch, but I'll give it to you. So 2 for that. 2 for arcane challenges. Vice or trauma. Your vices. Let's see. You are haunted and reckless. I'm going to say yes, at least 1 for that.
Yeah, I think
so
reckless definitely counts.
Yeah, I would say 5 in total. What do you think?
Yeah, seems fair. Oh, I need to get rid of those unholy hand grenades from my list there as well. The spirit possession. Did he stop doing that because we did what was agreed, or do we still have to contend with that?
With Lewis's possession?
No, Major Tom.
Oh no, yeah, he's gone. Major Tom took off once you took care of that. So
splendid. Right, we'll get rid of that clock then. Whoops, that's not how you get rid of a clock. Neither is that. Oh, it's locked. That's what the problem is. There we go. Bin.
So biscuits. Did you address a challenge with tracking or violence? I think there was a lot of violence going on there.
Lots of violence. Yeah.
I would say 2 for the violence. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritages, or background? Your hatred of the Bluecoats definitely came up. I mean, in a big way. So I would say,
to be honest,
yes. And your military background. So I'd give you 2 for that too. So trouble with your vice or trauma. You don't have a trauma yet. I don't really think your vice
really play. Yeah, no, it didn't.
So I would say 4 experience for that. You agree?
Nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right. Let's take a look at Lead Belly. Oleg. Come on, 20. Stop being a pain. Okay, every time you got your desperate actions marked off if you took any. Did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem? I would say 2 for that. I mean, you guys.
We are mayhem basically.
You managed to get. You found the way into the boat. You blew the hatch onto the boat. You created a minefield. It was all technical mayhem. Beliefs, drives, heritages, or background.
I don't really think so. I don't think I did anything for that.
Okay. Struggle with issues from your vice or trauma during the session. I mean, you traumatized out during the session, but
yeah, that unstable would want to come in. Other than getting a little testy with Placid about the grenades, probably nothing too major.
I give you 1 for that. 3. Sound good to you?
Sure, I'll take it.
I think I might actually have something for an extra 1 for the crew.
What's that?
Potentially, and that's back on the reputation front. I think we're demonstrating another aspect of reputation in that not only are we unpredictable, but we're good at sending a message.
Mildly unpredictable.
I'm thinking something to do with sending a message. It will be talked about. I mean, I know that's not great if you're an assassin, but they don't know that it's us that's doing it.
Well, so flashy or
Flashy or,
loud?
something like that.
So I would say you'll get an extra XP for this, but you add a reputation. So next time, if your next score embodies both of your reputations, you would get that. So you can add the reputation however you want to phrase it: flashy, flamboyant, loud.
If we add loud, we're guaranteed to also get that in the next session.
Almost guaranteed. Okay, let's take a look at Mizuki. Challenge with stealth or evasion.
I think I ended up, or Mizuki ended up making like a easier access point into the cultist boat, I believe. So I feel like that for sure. I'm not sure if there's any really other ones. I mean, if you consider us being stealth as what me and Leadbelly did, but
I do not. Personally, I do not.
Oh.
So I would say one. I would
Yeah.
say one for sure. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I would say definitely, considering that
You did use
murdering.
I was just gonna say you did use your Dagger Isles information as far as moving around boats and everything for sure.
Definitely, and then also background the fact that our target, killed like my father figure basically, and so that I feel like that would have been
definitely go to your
background.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
I would say so. Vice or trauma, you don't really have one, so I would say probably 3.
yeah.
I would say 3.
That's good to me.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've got our XP down. Now, if anybody, if you completed your XP track, you can either take a special ability or you can increase one of your stats by 1. If you didn't, we'll keep plugging away. But that brings us back to our payoff, and heat. So the scene kind of opens up, and you're at Dundridge and Sons, and Mr. Dundridge knocks on the door to your lair.
I open it up, like,
Oh,
hey,
my dear friend, this scroll came for you, old-fashioned from a looked like a dockhand, but he said it was to be delivered directly into the hands of one of your crew.
oh, I'll take it. I'll get it to everybody else.
He
We'll
hands
read it
off to you.
together. I take it. Thank you.
Does everybody know
And
where
it's-
we live? We should just put a
No.
sign out the front.
They're dead drops, so things get dropped off certain places, and Mr. Dundridge or one of his sons goes and picks it up, and
That's all right then.
so
Those
there's
are-
cutouts.
if everybody knows where we live,
No,
it's not easy to hide
Put a
it.
sign out front. Actually, I said, red
Right.
ledgers can be found here, but the mistress may take me down.
Oh.
Let me take it down.
Probably right, to be fair. Maybe
Probably
put an ad in
was
the
right.
paper.
Yes. Now there are several cutouts throughout the city, and Mr. Dundridge and his sons. You don't know, and we haven't really explored why they help you so much. But they as they make their trips and deliveries around the city, they will check the dead drops and they'll bring you information. However, this is a very short note. It's just signed H. Loud but successful. Your problems with the Scovlanders are marked off the books. Feel free to come to the docks anytime. Ulf's name is now a curse word amongst our people. Well done. And that's it.
It's a shame.
So mechanically, what that means is your reputation went from -2 with all of those organizations to 0. So you're back to neutral with all of the Scovlanders and with the Grinders.
That's
You
good.
didn't make any coin from it,
We did.
but you do owe 1 coin still to Ilyana Komarov and the family. So the question is, are you guys going to pay it? You don't even have any coin.
We don't even have any coin. We've spaffed all our money all over the shop.
I've got 1 coin. I could pay it, but I really wanted that to keep myself alive.
I have 2 coins, so I can give. I'll give one of my coin. I have 2.
Yeah, how's about, right?
Surely the mistress should really pay.
Instead, we do a job for Mistress Komarov, yeah? I mean, we owe her a bit of coin, or we just do a job for her. It's legitimate business. We get more back. Maybe it's like a 5-coin job and we only get 4. But it's quid pro quo, which has got something to do with underwater tentacle beasts, I think.
So we'll table whether or not you pay her off and see if you want to engage her for a score after we deal with your heat and your downtime. So you've got 1 heat now. You've wanted level 1. And you've got 1 tick of heat at the moment. So let's take a look at your heat. Was it smooth, quiet, with low exposure?
Absolutely. Without question.
100%. 100%.
So that's clear no. Was it contained with standard exposure? Nobody say yes, because it was not.
It was not.
Was it loud, chaotic, with high exposure? You know, it would have been this until you directly involved the blue coats. At which point it became wild with devastating exposure. So that's 6 heat. You were at war when you did this.
Devastating fun.
You were at war when you did this, which takes you to 7 heat. And you picked up 3 other heat from other sources. So that's 10 heat.
That takes us all the way round and back around to 1.
We get like a free sub now.
Yeah, we get wanted level 2 for free.
So you're wanted level 2. And you guys here on the street, I mean, during this day, you're like, oh my God, did you hear explosions down at Northport? Somebody tried to assassinate an entire squad of bluecoats. They're on the rampage. Inspectors have been brought in to track down the culprits. And you also hear that they're through the grapevine. Particularly you, Placid, hear this, and from some of your contacts, that there's a cult. The cult of Woe is trying to track down a group of ne'er-do-wells who violated their sanctuary.
Shocking.
So yes, you've got a lot.
More Scotlanders.
A lot of things going on. So a lot of things happening behind you. Let's see how it all affects you. So you're wanted level 2. But before we get into your entanglements, let's take a look at whether or not you made any money from your vice den, your demon blood vice den. So I need somebody, you're 0 tier, so you need to roll a fortune dice with 2 dice and take the lower one.
Well, ordinarily, it'd be Pat that would get to roll that, so I will do it.
Excellent.
I will roll those 2 dice since it's my girlfriend that's running the vice den.
Oh, yeah.
So you take the lower one. That's a 4. That's not too bad. So you take that roll minus your current heat, which is currently only 1. And Gwendolyn tells you that the vice den made you guys 3 coin. Now you promised to give her 1, so you got 2 coins back in your stash. So the vice den's paying off.
And that's even after Lead Belly drank half the profits from the first
That's
week.
true.
Hey, I don't drink it. I huff it. They're totally different. It's a totally different method of consumption.
That is fair. I accept my correction on that point from my honourable colleague.
Wait,
all right. Now we're up to entanglements. You guys have 2 wanted levels, so you roll 2 dice and you take the higher of the 2. Let's see what kind of bad things might potentially be coming down your way before you start downtime. Ben, why don't you go ahead and roll those 2 dice again?
Why do I have to do it again? I was hoping to get out of doing any more. All right.
I could do one.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Wow.
So a 6.
Nice.
A 6. So cooperation. A +3 status faction asks you for a favor. Agree to do it or forfeit 1 reputation per tier of the friendly faction or lose 1 status with them. So you do have 2 +3 factions for you right now. The Lamp Blacks, who are Baz Bazco's crew that are in tight with the Mistress, and the Thorns, who are Ilyana Komarov's crew. So one of them is going to ask you for a favor. Now, favors don't pay. Now, you can either accept to do it, or you can lose 1 point of reputation and 1 point of status with them.
Should we do it? Let's do a favor for Lady Komarov. She seems nice.
So you still owe her 1 coin.
We do.
And you have to do a favor for her for free. And that's fair. But that brings us to downtime now. So you guys, you've heard what's going on the streets, but you got the Scovlanders off your back. You're no longer at war. Things are looking up.
Do we get any turf, or does that happen as a result of reputation?
No, turf is you go after turf.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at your turf map, like right now you've got the Maze Row and the Demon Blood Den. So you could go after an infirmary. You could go after a training room. You could actually go after anything on your map as part of your next score. But if you go after something that's adjacent to something you already have, it's a little easier of a score to hit.
Yeah.
You could really go after anything you wanted to. But that would be, now that may be a favor that Ilyana Komarov asks of you. Who knows?
Could be.
But at the moment,
does our reputation change now?
Yeah. So good point.
After?
Your reputation. Your reputation. You get 2 for your successful score, and you get an additional point for every point of that they were a higher tier. So you get a total of 3 rep points because he was only tier 1 when you took him out because you were at war with him and that dropped into tier 1. So you guys are almost to the point where, almost there, really. But we're to downtime. So right now, everybody's got 2 downtime activities. You can spend coin for additional downtime activities. I don't believe that anybody's bought you extra downtime activities at the moment. So let's start. We're just going to go one at a time. Lead Belly. What would you like to do for your downtime?
Oleg disappears for a bit. Lost in thought and confusion, but eventually he seeks out the dock, as he's still dealing with a fairly battered body. His collarbone is not working right. He's having trouble lifting his arm, and then kind of carrying that big old fireball onto the ship was kind of exacerbated. Big word for him. Very proud. Some of his injuries. So I think he needs to do some treatment, get some recovery going.
So Harold Dundridge walks in. He's like, Lead Belly.
Do we know each other?
I'm your. We've known each other for months. You are literally layered behind my father's shop. I'm the one who set your shoulder the last time, and it's still a mess.
So you did a bad job. And now you owe me a refund.
No, you do not even pay me. You keep injuring your shoulder.
Well, why should I pay you if you can't do it right?
Oh, Lord. The next time you come to see me, I expect you to be moderately sober so we can have an intelligent conversation.
I've never been accused of having one of those before.
And that's both sobriety and intelligence.
I believe that. But if you would like, just please sit and allow me to take a look at your shoulder. Oh Lord, what am I going to do with you?
Doc, have you got a bottle of ether in there?
No ether, no.
Just give him a quick sniff of that, it'll be fine.
No, that's expensive and you don't pay me anything, so
fair
it'll
point.
Be fine.
Homemade it is then.
Make a healing roll. 1 die. Now you can help him if you want. Take 1 stress and give him an extra die since your stress is all clear.
I'll do that now. Yeah, stress is only 1.
My stress is not clear.
So just do a healing roll. 2 dice.
All right. So I just roll fortune or do? Oh,
you can just do a healing.
I see it. Yep.
Okay, 6. So you heal 3 blocks on it. So your you're starting to feel better. He's bandaged it up. You can take your second downtime activity if you want to clear your healing clock. It's up to you. You can pay a coin to make that a
that's what I
critical.
was thinking. Can I steal a coin? I spent all mine last time to make them grenades. You mind if I we got some from the den, right? I can.
Yeah, we've got that too, but you go ahead and spend.
I just need the one.
I mean,
I just need the one.
Here, take mine. Here you go, Lead Valley.
Oh, thank you.
I open his hand and put the coin in it.
Okay, so you hand over some money to Harold, and he's like, "All right, let me get some." And he pulls out a giant syringe, and he shoots some stuff into your shoulder, and it starts to loosen up. He's like, "That's a muscle relaxant. It's going to help. You're going to enjoy it because this is what you enjoy." And he's like, "I've got a better poultice I can put on it." So you clear your healing clock, and you clear all your level 1 harm. So you are feeling back to good.
I'm feeling better. Thank you,
Harold.
Right. Now, if my shoulder gets hurt again, I'll get a refund. You said, right?
No. If your shoulder gets hurt
Do you
again,
have a warranty or something?
no. For you, no. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances. You are more than likely to walk out of here, climb to a roof, fall off the building, and break both your shoulders. No warranties for you. If you get hurt again and you are still breathing, I will do what I can to fix you. That's my
We
warranty.
do know each other.
Yes.
We do know each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's good
Speaking
to see
though, you do. An associate of yours was lurking around the front of the shop yesterday. He said his name was Veldrin. He was spreading the most horrible rumors about you and your crew, saying that you were trying to kill bluecoats in Northport. Named each of you. It was very odd.
I got a few things to unpack here. You saw him. He spoke
Yes.
to you.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And it was
You
very,
were-
very serious. And he had a stern look on his face and a haunted expression, but he just walked up to the shop and he said, Do you know what your friends do? What Oleg and Spence and Ota do? Do you know what your Whisperer has gotten up to? They blew up bluecoats in Northport. Spread the word. And then he walked off.
That's outrageous.
That's what I thought.
Kind of foolish imbeciles would do something so outrageously stupid. Oh no, I don't have a reputation for an intellect of any sort. But even I would never do something so reckless as that.
That is what I assumed. I kind of ignored it. But I mean, I've heard from other shopkeepers that he literally just walked up and down the street all day, extolling your crimes, each of you individually, at great length. You would think that the bluecoats would deal with some miscreant like that, but
It's
and now
just
you know
an
where your
old
extra
joke
heat
we
came from.
play. Yeah, it's just an old joke he's played. Veldrin's an old prankster from back when I was not working here. We used to play such pranks on it. I once told him that he was ugly, and he was very cross with me. And then this is his retribution. That's it right there.
Well, fair enough. But if I were you, I would have a talking to with him. Eventually, someone is going to come to ask you questions about this.
That's a very good point. I should go tend to that. I've taken up too much of your time. You clearly have more practice at this physical thing that you need to do, so that you don't have these repeat customers anymore. So I'll leave you to it.
Well,
good job today.
It was my pleasure, Oleg. And we fade out of that scene, and where do we find Spence? Where's Biscuits at right now?
Do you
With
remember
his
the
collapsed
last thing
lung and
Spence
ghost.
did before everything faded to black?
Why don't you remind us?
So, mostly with my last 2 item slots, and lying there quite badly injured and suffering from a bad case of oncoming spirit death, He stuck one of his pistols in his gut and fired
Right.
an electroplasmic round
Mhm.
with a little note attached to it. And I might just retcon it slightly and say, please deliver to Belvir, the Physica.
Okay, so that's where we find you. We find you laid out at Melver's, and he's smacking you gently in the face. Spence,
I'm injured.
you're a mess,
It
Spence.
hurts.
I had to plug a hole in your chest. You're sucking air. Your lungs collapsed. What the hell have you been getting up to? That looks like you've been shot twice too.
Yeah, the first one hurt a bit.
Spence, we go way back, but this is a mess, but I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do for you. So I'm assuming you want some healing.
Yep.
So he is your tier. So you get to roll 2 dice and take the lower roll. On the healing class. So on the heal okay.
Oh, sorry.
One,
Yeah.
okay, no, it's fine. So yeah, he's working on you and he's like, this is gonna take a while. Do you have time to just stay here for a little bit?
I'm comfy.
So do you want to take your second downtime action here?
So
It healed nothing. You took one
Yeah.
tick off of your healing clock at the moment. So
how many have I got left then?
3.
4, 3.
3 will
Yeah.
3 if once your healing clock is completely filled up, all your level 1 harm goes away and your level 2 harm will go down to level 1 harm.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll have to take that second downtime.
So Melver's still working on you. He's like, I haven't seen you this bad since the war. So you can make your healing roll again. 2 dice, take the lower.
So which one am I clicking on? Sorry.
So it says
Healing.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, a 4, 3. So okay, you still just 1 block. You can now, if you spend your coin, you can make that 3 a 4, 5, and it'll give you 1 more tick off. Or you can spend your coin to get 1 more downtime activity and 1 more healing roll, which might actually finish off your clock at the moment.
I think that's more likely to work. So,
Okay. So you hand Melver some, he's like, oh yeah, I can do so. I can get some better supplies for this. You just lay here. Let me see what I can get put together. A better poultice for you. Try to sew up that sucking chest wound. So give me 1 more healing roll. Spend the last of your money.
while he's away, Biscuits will crawl through his kitchen, try to grab a jar of biscuits.
He comes back, find you munching on a biscuit. He's like, oh, God,
Lying with
crumbs.
it next-
You're getting crumbs in your lung. Good God, what are you doing?
Yes.
Spence. Oh, man.
It's
So,
not going well.
nope. So, you got 3 ticks off your healing clock. Your downtime activities are done. You're still suffering quite a bit, but you're not dead. So, well, we'll see. We'll come back. That takes us over to let's take a look at Oda Bangle. What are you doing with your downtime activities?
I'd say probably getting rid of this demon scourge,
Okay.
or maybe trying to remove the marked by the cult thing. I know, probably the demon scourge would be the biggest thing.
So you're gonna
With that.
So you're gonna go to a healer now. Your healing is all spiritual. So you could go to Gwendolyn, over at your Vice Den, and she could take a look at it.
Oh, lovely. Or
Or you can go to your normal physiker. I mean, Harold can also take a look at it.
I'll go to Placid's girlfriend's place.
Okay.
That's right. I think that's correct.
Yep, your Vice Den. So you go up to the Vice Den in Fog Crest, and she's like, Ota, you've gotten yourself into such. These are demon cigars. A demon has literally infected your blood. This is going
it's
to be
not,
tough.
not too good.
And you've been marked by a cult. Your aura is a mess. And your monkey is almost dead as well. You boys, what you get up to? Now you can do a healing check. 1 dice for her. And see what you get.
Cool. So it'd just be like a fortune, 1 die?
You can just hit healing above the... Yeah.
Right. Healing. There we go. And 1 die for them. I got a 3.
Okay, so one click on your healing clock as she starts to incant and put potions. Drink this. Oh no, that's not quite working. This demon infestation is virulent. You're gonna have to stay here for a little while with me. So, do you want to spend your second downtime activity healing again?
Yes, please. I will obviously. Yeah, you're the boss here. I'll stay however long I need to.
So one more. So you can spend your coin to take one more downtime activity and try to heal again.
I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna spend that coin.
She's like, for this, I think I've got a special elixir that might help cleanse your system. You'll be. You're going to fill your chamber pot several times after you drink this, but it should flush the demon out of your system.
Oh, let's hope.
See what you get.
A 5.
5. Okay, so you do manage to fill up your healing clock. So your demon your marked by a cult disappears. You still have that permanent demon scar that will never go away, but your level 2 demon scourge is reduced to level 1 demon scourge.
Nice. I'm pumped with that. That's good.
You have less effect at the moment, but you're not nearly in as bad shape as you were.
Cool. Hey, that's fine by me. Yeah, I'm just laying there. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna kind of sleep now.
She's like, yes, just stay here in the cavern, and you just need some rest. A lot of rest. And did you know? The word on the street is that you, like the group of you, tried to kill a squad of bluecoats in the North Shore.
Oh, that's nonsense. We never do something
that
silly.
That's what I thought, but it's all around Fogcrest. I think you might even want to go see Miss Komarov. I've heard some rumblings that she's concerned about this, but that's neither here nor there. You need to just rest for a while, and we'll see how you're doing in tomorrow. At least spend the night here. So we fade out of there. We fade up, and we're looking at Drogo. What's Placid doing for his downtime activities? He's got serious stress.
First and foremost, we need to clear some of that stress. So I'm going to indulge my vice. Okay. Which means
tell us.
Heading down to the areas where the spirit wardens don't go because they don't care so much, and finding rogue spirits to punch.
Okay, so you find yourselves actually you've crossed over. You managed to smuggled yourself through the lightning barriers, and you find yourself up in the lost zone in the north of the city. Where spirits, and you're just on the outskirts, but you can easily find wayward spirits. So are you literally just want to beat the ghosts to death?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we'll do then is if you want, you can either just straight up indulge your vice, or you can make a roll and to see how effective you are at fighting these spirits, and then you might get a bonus to your vice indulgement.
I think I'll give that a go. So skirmish or attune, which do you prefer?
That's up to you. I think either one are completely reasonable.
Let's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Let's give skirmish a go because we rarely get to skirmish.
Okay.
Position?
Risky standard. I mean, you can push it if you want, but
I am not going to push it. I'm going to accept risky standard at this point.
Devil's bargain?
No, I don't think so. Probably not a great plan.
Probably not a great plan. All right, let's see how we do. Punching out ghosts. 4. Okay, so success with consequences. So I think the consequence is you successfully do it. I mean, you find this rogue ghost, and it's more like a storm of fragments of ghost consciousness. It looks like it was probably several people at once, but they've become basically this construct of spiritual rage. And as it's coming at you, you tear it to pieces, and the electroplasm just fades away. But as you do, you get spirit scarred. So it would be level 1.
Now,
but
as
because
it happens, I have warded.
You have what?
I have warded, which
Warded.
is special armor to resist supernatural consequences.
So you use your special armor, click that off, and as it's coming at you, this ritual that you've enacted as protection flares against this ghost, and it's almost like you can see this armor appear, and this ragged electroplasmic claws just rake off of it, and you take no damage from it. So you have successfully done that. So now when you go to indulge your vice, you get a bonus die.
Yes. Come on, Vicey. Big 6. Here we go. That's not a 6. That's a 4.
4. So you reduce your stress by 4, so you're down to 3.
That's good. We like that. 3 is good. I might actually do some trading, you know,
I like it.
for my second downtime action. I think some... could you do playbook training?
No, what you can do training. Yeah, you can take 1 tick in your playbook.
Right.
Or you can take 1 tick in insight, or you can get 2 ticks in either or resolve, that is, or you can get 2 ticks in either insight or prowess because you guys are assassins.
But you know what? I might take the 2 ticks in prowess.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 ticks in prowess. That sounds like fun.
Makes sense. You're just up there skirmishing with a
Yeah,
ghost, so that
just
makes
kind of
sense.
Mixing it up, keys in your between your fingers, whirlwinding in.
I like it. So, we do our montage. We see Placid up in the Lost District fighting ghosts and improving his hand-to-hand combat skills. We see Spence laid out at his physiker, slowly healing. We saw Leadbelly dealing with some of his own injuries. We saw Oda also dealing with spiritual injuries and demonic influence, but everything is quieted down. And we find ourselves, a couple of days have passed, and yes.
1 second. I think
You
Louis,
only
do
have one
too?
downtime, didn't you?
Oh,
I have 1 left. Yeah, that was when
you do?
Louis, you
Okay,
have 1.
okay.
No, I did all of mine. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know
Yeah.
how my spirit death is going.
Oh, she was able to heal that. We took care of that. That was your electroplasmic round plus the healing you got. You're fine on that. So, look, sorry, I thought you did both your heal. I thought you did both. Your
I did
downtimes as well.
I did the coin to upgrade.
Oh,
the
that's right,
6
that's
to
right.
crit
Okay.
and everything. So
So
the
you've got-
second one, yeah. So the second thing I want to do is probably long-term project start a clock, is I want to try and help Veldrin deal with this Veldrin problem. So what I would like to do is try to capture him, lock him up in our area, and then eventually maybe get whatever horrible spirit is in him out of him.
Okay.
So with that in mind, I've recently advanced some of my skills, and because I've been peeking over Placid Shoulder every now and then, I have learned how to apply certain arcane substances to an area to either make it anathema to spirits or enticing. So I want to lay, since he's been pacing near our place, I want to lay a trap for him with my new Ghost Ward ability, which allows me to kind of set up some little spirit trap just to get him in there, and that to capture him.
Okay. So do you want to do this as a long-term project, or do you guys want to do this as a score?
Well, that's up to them. I wouldn't impose like that on them unless they wanted to. But
I think you might need to do that one as a project because I think we need to deal with Ms. Komarov, Lady Komarov, today.
Okay.
She's the one we don't want to
That
piss
makes
off.
sense.
Okay, so it's fairly simple because I mean he is laser focused on you. So it's just a 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Trap Veldrin.
Jeff, you just got an extra downtime, and there is another one for anyone who needs it, which is probably Lewis by my estimation,
Thank you.
so that he can actually walk far enough to engage in the next mission.
So,
yeah, I'm also too stressed from traumaing out.
Oh dear.
Trauma's fun, what you chat about? It's a great way of relieving your stress.
Okay, so your call Veldrin clock. You can go ahead and make a roll on that with.
Right. So specifically, I think it's going to be wreck because that's what Ghost Ward requires. Like if you wreck an area with these substances, so I'll find probably near the back entrance or something a little. It's just to lure him in, and then that'll get him inside. Can or possibly have the devil's bargain for this one, as I only got the one.
Yeah.
One pip.
Devil's bargain is, regardless of what happens, Veldrin is going to show up, but he's not going to be trapped. He's gonna show up. Well, let's put it this way: he's going to show up ready for a fight.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's gonna cause extra problems. I'll push myself. Yeah,
Right.
just finally got the stress away, and now I'm filling it back up. I'll push myself to get an extra die.
I like it.
Okay. So I'm gonna wreck. What's the position?
Risky standard. So I mean, you could push it. Desperate great.
You know what? Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Don't forget to tick off your desperate roll for.
Gotcha. Thank you for the reminder. And let's see, desperate great. And I'll get a 1 bonus die. Yeah, it's a 6. Yeah.
So you fill your clock as your desperate action. Completely fills it up since you have great effect. So Veldrin is going to show up at your back door sometime soon.
Okay. Point of order question. That desperate tick actually filled up my prowess. Would I fill it now, or I'll wait till next downtime?
No, fill it now. You get another. You can fill it, clear it now, and put a pip anywhere you want under the prowess.
Okay. I think I just did wreck, so I'll say I've learned a thing or two, and I'll bump up my wreck abilities. Okay. All right.
So there were a couple of
wreck it.
And there are a couple of downtime activities that were just given in the chat. So
Jeff's got one. From
I would
Narrative
love
Executive.
another one.
I've got one that might help out Oda, if
Oh.
that's all right. So
Please
not
help
so
me.
much Oda.
Oh.
But how's your monkey doing?
Not very. I meant breathing faintly.
yeah,
So
I mean, he's in bad
Oleg-
shape.
Oleg wants to do like a leech downtime, like
Oh,
trinket creation. I want to make like a tiny little contraption
Steampunk cyber
for him.
monkey.
Or a steampunk monkey, if I can lend a hand.
Steampunky.
Because I feel like Leadbelly likes the monkey. We're probably on equal intellectual levels. We probably have a lot to talk about and a lot in common. Probably as much hair as each other. And something along those lines. So I would like to try to create some sort of like little mechanical like exo suit thingy that allows him to move around with a little bit more grace and protection, if that's
oh
So,
my gosh, that's so cute.
Are you looking for it to be a permanent device or like a one-time use?
I was thinking a permanent. I was thinking I was going to tap into my like the leech thing, like what you can do with leeches, where you like can kind of design, a new design
definitely.
type of thing. That's what I was
So
kinda
yeah,
going with.
I think a 6-piece clock would be reasonable for that.
Okay, all right.
We'll call it monkey exoskeleton.
Monkey exoskeleton. I'm never going to be able to finish it this week because I've been busy. I've got a lot of things on my plate. But I've come to really like that monkey. He tells some good stories.
So risky standard. See how you
Okay.
do. Now you could push it, take a devil's bargain.
What would
increase the
devil's bargain
effect? The devil's bargain. Okay, the devil's bargain is once it's complete, it will need continuous maintenance and upgrade after you fit the monkey for it. So you or Oda will have to sacrifice one downtime activity every time to keep the exoskeleton working. One of the two of you, or one coin. One downtime activity or one coin per downtime to keep the exoskeleton functioning.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
it then.
Okay.
Risky standard.
Anything for patches.
So Oda, put that in your notes that your monkey's exoskeleton requires one downtime activity or one coin per downtime to remain functioning.
Got it.
Okay. All right, risky standard. One bonus off from the devil's bargain.
You can also push it, but
That's all right.
6.
I'm decent at tinkering. That's a 6.
6. All right.
Nice.
So that clock is almost full. You've got 4 ticks on the clock, 2 left. Exoskeleton is well underway.
Do we have any coin left?
I
Stop
used
it.
You got any coin over?
I do
Kick
not.
that up to a crit.
We have got
patches
coin
back
left,
this
but
round.
we won't have after we finished paying off
It's for patches, then.
Komarov.
It's for
It's
patches.
patches. It's for one of us.
Fine.
Yeah.
Take the coin. Take the coin. Fix the monkey. But so help me, if we end up getting murdered because of this, I am going to personally haunt someone somewhere for you.
So
Me.
So let me-
This is
let me-
what happens when
Right.
Biscuits isn't there.
let me get this clear. So you're going to go ahead and spend the one coin that you were going to use to pay off.
No, we've got 2 coin left.
Oh, okay.
So we'll leave us with the 1 coin we need to pay her off, and we're eating
Okay.
ramen for the next month.
Okay. So that goes up to a crit, and you're able to complete the monkey exoskeleton.
Okay.
So Patches is functional again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cybernetic steampunk monkey. And
Hell yeah.
so you've got 1 free downtime left. So thanks Nard and Zeka for helping out Jeff, and thanks Matt for the extra free downtime. Who needs it the worst?
Lewis
Which one
needs
of us
it
is the more
worst.
banged up?
I'm currently 3 away from traumaing out. I'm not sure how everyone else
I think
is.
Lewis
I'm
is like
2 stress away from traumaing out, but I'm also
1 tick away from dead.
Yes.
You?
Yeah, Lewis is in really, really, really bad shape. Or that is, I
Yeah,
should
do
say
it.
Lewis. Biscuits is in really, really
I
bad
think,
shape.
to be
I mean,
fair,
Lewis
a
is
little
in
bit of
pretty
trauma
bad shape as well,
wouldn't do
don't
the
worry.
rest of you any harm right now.
Okay, so with this free downtime activity, you're still at the Physicers, you're still with Melvin, and he is still working, or Melver that is, and he's still working you over. He's like, I'm telling you, Spence, you gotta really slow down a little bit. I think I got one more trick up my sleeve that might help with your chest issue, but let me try it out. So give me another healing check.
this one's gonna hurt, isn't it?
5. You did it. So healing clock gets successfully completed. You get a tick on the next one. Your bruised jaw and shrapnel go away. He's able to heal those. And your collapsing lungs just go to bruised lungs.
Yeah, I've had that before.
and you're not in great shape, but with your your tough as nails, it's not really going to slow you down too much.
Biscuits takes like a deep breath, and rather than go, this time it just kind of burns all the way through his lungs.
See, I get this mental image of Biscuits taking a deep breath and then going, nice, and then lighting up a cigar.
Yeah, probably.
So we find ourselves, a couple of days have passed. Everybody's spent some time healing. They've spent some time doing some projects. You're hearing more and more chatter on the streets about how dangerous this group of assassins is. You're starting to hear how the Bluecoats are really scouring the southern part of the city for you. You hear that an inspector has been assigned to the case to track you down. And you also hear that there is a cult that is specifically using arcane means to try to track down a group of individuals that violated their sanctum. And Ilyana Komarov has summoned you.
All right, that's
speak with her.
You know what? I'm going to go talk to her, all right? Because if she decides to kill someone, it might as well be me. Because, be fair.
Yeah, sure. Have fun.
I'll go and deal with that. But
you don't want the brain trust to go with you.
No, it's good. It's good because
patches on his shoulder and his new.
What is that monkey wearing? Why does he look like a tin soldier?
Suit.
Oh,
how much did that? Oh God, Mistress is going to kill me. She better make some money off of whatever weird thing she's doing. Hope she comes back here with just a great big bucket full of cash. All right, I'm going to see Komarov. I'm going to give her our last bit of coin. I'm going to apologize. I'm probably going to be beheaded.
As you approach the club, Horace Beck pulls you into an alley. You're still a block away from the club.
Yeah. It's all good.
Placid.
Yeah.
You don't go to the club. You don't speak to Miss Komarov at the moment.
Yeah, no worries. He
just puts out his hand. He's like, I'm assuming you've got something to give me.
Big
puts it in his
cash.
coat.
All right, look, what's the score, Chief? Because
he goes, Miss Komarov is concerned.
Yeah, understandably so.
Concerned that the Bluecoats are actively looking for a group of assassins that fit your description. Concerned that an inspector, who is not bribable, by the way, is looking into your activities. And she's concerned that the cult of Woe, a demon summoning cult, is trying to get an arcane lock on you. So none of you will come anywhere near Miss Komarov's properties for
Understandably
a while.
So, Gov. Look, I'm also somewhat concerned on that front myself, as are the boys, which is why I came along rather than any of the others. Look, if someone needs killing, don't let them suffer.
No, you're not.
Just off me. If you got to do someone, do me.
Mr. Lady like Komarov doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. You've done your contracts. You've been paid. You're paying your protection to her. You're still part of the family. You haven't brought any of this shit to her door yet.
Nor do we plan.
But you owe her a favor.
Damn Skippy.
Yes. That favor is very simple. You're gonna keep quiet. You're gonna make sure you don't entangle the Bluecoats anymore in your activities.
Right.
We're gonna try to get that inspector off of your tail. You are gonna go deal with the cult of Woe.
All right.
And whoever is spreading rumors that are literally naming you by name, you are gonna put a stop to that.
Fucking
You're gonna do those two things.
This is why I hate ghosts.
You are going to do it for free.
Yes.
And you are going to pay Ms. Komarov double tribute the next time we have a conversation.
Yes, we are.
So turn around, fuck off, and do not come back until your problems are fixed.
Fuck it off, Chief. And thank you for not murdering me. Appreciate it.
Next time. Just kidding. You're still in good standing. Just don't screw this up.
All right. All right. Look, I tell you what. We might not be subtle, but we get the job done, right?
Just fuck off.
I'm
Just
fucking
go.
fucking off. Fucking off right now. Yeah, you got it. All right.
So where do you go?
I am going to go to a biscuit shop, realize I've got no money with which to purchase any biscuits, and then go back to base.
Okay, so we fade out of there and we fade back to the alley behind Dundridge and Sons. We're near the canal, and you hear this horrible moaning sound and this wet slapping against the concrete. And then the figure of Veldrin is standing behind Dundridge and Sons, and his skin is splitting, and electroplasm is oozing out and forming faces and screaming from those souls that he's swallowed to gain strength. And he's just chortling to himself. Oleg, I've come. You called, I've come. Let's have a talk. Oh, let's talk.
Michael. Is anyone else there?
All the rest of you are still there. Yeah. Oda's there. Spence is there. At the moment, Placid is not back, and you guys haven't seen the mistress since the end of your encounter.
You all want to step outside with me for just one moment, please? Just.
Oh, yeah. You mean Patches?
You see
I think there's something upstairs I need to go look at.
Through a scope.
And Veldrin's body has kind of gone rigid, and he's floating slightly off the ground, and slowly his mouth distends, and river eels start crawling out of his mouth and circling around his body, and these faces start pushing their way out of his skin.
Yeah.
He's like, Oleg, your friend is in so much. He is suffering so much. Oh, Spence, oh, Ota, where are your other friends? Come, enjoy what is happening to Veldrin and see what is to happen to you.
All my friends are already dead.
So in a fit of rage, Oleg will start picking random stuff up off the street, whatever trash is out there, and start throwing at him. No one hurts my friend but me. And I just ran, ineffectually, just throwing dirt and rocks and random debris. Like, get out of him. Leave him alone, you eerie thing.
He picks up one of those eels. And he bites into it, smears it on his face. He's like,
that's not a good
wait.
look for
Oh,
me.
wait. Here's your other friend, Placid, coming. Call to him, too. Call to your friend Placid.
Would a spirit bane charm help in this capacity? I assume not.
Sure. I mean, every little bit helps, right?
I mean, what would happen? Like, I let Belly. I pull out my spirit bane charm. I'm like, think he could shove this in his mouth? Seems like there's a lot in there. Like, whatever
Okay,
it might. Here,
Oleg will take it. He'll take it, and he'll get a
As
couple steps. But he'll get a couple steps, and we won't go. He'll suddenly just freeze, and get really nervous, and his hand starts to shake, and he doesn't feel like he can do it, and he'll just drop it on the ground, and then he'll call out for Placid, help.
You hear Oleg's voice from around the back of Dundridge and Son.
Oh, fucking hell. All right, Eric. Stomp round the back.
And you see Veldrin slightly floating above the ground, canal water dripping off him, river eels being slowly vomited out of his mouth and then pulled back in and chewed up.
Oh, yeah, you look like a
faces of the
convincing
dead.
witness, don't you, mate? Don't you? I look at you.
Faces
I
of
believe
the
you.
dead pushing out. He's like, oh, it's so good to see you finally, Placid. I'll find the mistress later, but you're enough for now.
Yeah.
I need everybody to make a resistance roll against resolve.
Oh dear.
That's not going to go well.
No.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, that's about how
Oh,
much.
a
stress.
4. Okay.
Okay, so
6.
biscuits.
Oh,
And
no,
I've already expended my special armor for the session, haven't I? Because I
Yep.
did that in my downtime. Right.
Yep. Biscuits. You take 2 stress,
Close.
Hi.
which traumas you out.
Oh, don't I have one more?
No, biscuits.
Oh, derp. I heard. My
Sorry.
bad.
Biscuits,
I
you
heard
take,
wrong.
you're traumatized out. You get the trauma you get is haunted, but you're
That's
rooted
fair.
to the spot at the moment as you feel this spiritual presence trying to force its way down your throat to eviscerate your
Again.
soul. Oleg, you don't take any stress from this. You're like, this has no impact. Maybe it's because of your rage at what this thing is doing to Veldrin. Maybe it's because of your own psychonaut experiences, but this doesn't seem to bug you too much. You feel the pressure of something trying to push into you, but maybe it's all of the drugs pushing their way out of you. It doesn't seem to stop you.
Yeah, he looks towards like Oda and like Blessed, and maybe he just huffed up earlier. Now they're starting to show weird signs, and everything just sort of looks normal at the moment.
Oda, with 3 stress, you take 3 more stress,
Yeah.
which traumas you out as well, and you get the
Nice.
haunted trauma, and you are rooted in place as you feel the spiritual presence force its way down your throat. So that means basically Biscuits and Oda, you're out of this encounter at the moment, and our good buddy, Placid. Where are you here? So you got a 5, so you only take 1 stress. So you're okay. You're okay. This is it's unpleasant, but you're a whisperer. You've dealt with this kind of things before. 2 of your friends, though, are shut down completely. They've pissed their pants and they're gibbering idiots. But you and Leadbelly seem to be in control of your destiny at this moment. What would you guys like to do in dealing with this powerful possessing spirit?
That's not very nice.
I'm going to eat all of your souls. I'm going to feed on you and bring you in with me, and you'll pay the price for killing my dear Jean Shah.
Yeah, right, thanks. But no thanks. Plan B, little build-up of static electricity in the area, and then I am going to electrocute the crap out of him with a lightning bolt.
I like it. Risky, limited effect.
How does lightning bolt work? Am I
You tempest, you push yourself,
Yep, push
you get an
myself.
extra die,
Yep.
and then you get this electrical effect. So you automatically get a bonus die. The electroplasmic lightning shoots out at this thing, but because it is so much more powerful than you are at the moment, you're at limited effect. However, you can Devil's Bargain. You can you're already pushing yourself, but you can change effect. So you could go desperate standard effect.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to go desperate.
Okay.
I'm going to go standard. I've got 1 bonus dice already.
You could, possibly Oleg could assist you, or you could take a Devil's Bargain.
I mean, an assist from Oleg would probably be more helpful, but I'm considering a Devil's Bargain.
Okay.
What would the Devil's Bargain
Oleg
be?
is certainly assist. He would assist you.
Okay. The Devil's Bargain would be, regardless of what happens, Veldrin doesn't survive this encounter.
I am going to take those odds, I think. I know he's your mate, but he's not going to survive this encounter anyway. So that's
Tell
3
you,
bonus
Blessed.
dice.
If he doesn't survive this encounter, neither do you.
All right, I guess
So you-
I'm not taking the Devil's Bargain then. I think
All
we've
right,
got 4
so-
bonus dice as well.
So you get a bonus dice for
One
pushing
for
yourself.
Oleg,
You
one
get a
for
bonus
pushing.
dice for the aid. So you get 2 bonus dice on your attune roll. A 4. So success with consequences. So you do damage to him. And we've got a little clock going for this guy. However, you also do damage to yourself. So because you are your level 1 effect is you take 1 block in level 2 lightning. So basically the lightning energy strikes him and part of it rebounds at you and you take burns to yourself. But it is still up. And the spirit cackles. He's like, oh, you're just going to destroy his vessel, and I will have to take one of your friends. They're already ripe and ready for the picking.
So Oleg will kind of starting to tear up a bit. He'll just start like kind of mumbling to himself, like, Veldrin, I know you're in there, mate. I know you're in there, and you're not going to let this eel-eating, ugly-faced ghost. Damn it, I wish I was better at words. Listen, mate, we've been through far worse than this. You remember that time? Remember that time we were down in Trevin, and you got so incredibly hot that you just nearly walked right into the lightning fucking wall. You've been through worse, and then that time you nearly drowned in the canals, and that tentacle thing came up and got around you. You can do this, man. You can do this. Come on, we need your help. Come on, push it out like it's like giving birth, except, the opposite of that. Come on, mate.
So I just want to try to sway and see if I can get Veldrin's personality up to the.
You don't even have to make a roll for that. That was so wonderful that Veldrin is going to give you a bonus die for whatever you're doing. He is resisting. So he is essentially assisting you because of that wonderful role play.
And I will absolutely push myself for this. And that's okay. What's the position effect?
It is risky limited.
I will go ahead and make it desperate if I can increase the effect.
Yes, desperate standard, absolutely.
Okay, so then desperate standard. That's going to be 1 bonus dice from myself pushing and 1 bonus dice from the assist of Veldrin.
That is correct.
That's a 6.
All right. So Veldrin is the spiritual energy that is Veldrin at the core of who he is. Just enraged pushes against this, and the lightning damage that Placid had done against this thing has weakened its hold on Veldrin. And Veldrin is able to shove this spirit out of his body, and it is trapped within that symbol that you created to draw it here. So this ghost is screaming in basically this small pentagram on the ground, thrashing around, trying to win free. And you have successfully removed this spiritual infestation from Veldrin. He collapses on the ground next to you. He's beaten up and bloody, but he's very much alive.
Oh, that's good. He was dead. Right, hang on. I will lightning hook this ghost into a spirit bottle and seal it.
I like it. Let's have that roll. So this is still a powerful ghost. So it's still risky, but because it's no longer in a body and you're using a lightning hook, it will be standard effect.
It's a fine lightning hook.
Yeah. That's why you're going to get standard effect.
Okay. So, risky standard?
Risky standard.
Devil's bargain? Or is that a really poor choice at this stage?
No, Devil's bargain is fine. It is going to burn out your spirit staff capturing this thing, and you would have to replace it during your next downtime.
Either way?
Either way, it'll destroy it. The Devil's bargain is it'll destroy your spirit.
I am going to take that, because this is the first time I've used it anyway. So we're going desperate, great. And then you get 1 or 2 from the Devil's Bargain.
1.
1.
Okay. 5. Success with consequences. You manage to you hook the spirit and you're yanking it into the bottle. But as you're doing it, electroplasm is failing around and it finishes off your level 2 harm, electroplasmic burns. But you manage to get it in the bottle and sealed in the bottle. Now, this wasn't technically a score, but this was a significant encounter against a powerful entity that was required that you deal with it to keep yourselves in good standing with Ilyana Komarov. So we're going to go ahead and treat it like a mini score. So each of you get 2 points of experience for your characters. And you guys gain 2 points of reputation because this was a tier 2 ghost that you just dealt with, which I believe fills up your reputation track. So
it does indeed fill up our reputation track. Does that then take us up a tier?
No, leave your reputation tag all the way because you have to pay,
don't you?
You have to pay 8 coin to go up in tier. But your reputation track is completely filled. Now, the important thing to note is you can't get any more reputation until you go up in tier. So you're going to have to buy your next tier before you can get any more rep. But you also, your crew also gets 2 experience points for that. So you guys are 1 point away from a crew advancement as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now, so you've dealt with Veldrin, and that means you've dealt with the being that was causing all of the extra heat against you. So you'll no longer be suffering +3 heat for all of your scores. So that's also a very good thing. Ben, please make sure on your character sheet that you put down that your Fine Spirit Hook is destroyed.
Yeah. There's a space in the description. Destroy it.
So you've got to deal. You basically have an opportunity now to decide what you want to do with your next score and gather some information before next week, if you'd like. Now, obviously, Ilyana Komarov wants you to deal with this cult, but you don't have to. It's up to you.
Well, I'm guessing we wait for drag everybody inside who's alive, and the spirit bottle can come inside as well.
We'll pick up Veldrin like a officer and a gentleman.
He's so light,
mate.
He feels like he's like less than 100 pounds. I mean, the spirit was just eating him alive from the inside out. But he's breathing, and he smiles up at you. You're like, I just had the worst dream. Do you have any more of that snuff?
I've got plenty, mate. And hey, Spence, you got any biscuits? I need biscuits here. And then he can't cough on an empty stomach.
Spence is unconscious, mate.
Oh, well, I guess he does have biscuits.
So you ransack through Spence's pockets and find some biscuits for Veldrin. Oda and Spence, you're brought back in, and you're brought around after a few minutes. Harold comes back with some smelling salts and brings you both around. You've all have traumas now, but so obviously when you got your traumas, that also cleared your stress tracks. So, but you all do have 3 of you have the haunted. So you guys are clearly working in a particular wheelhouse. But now you're inside, things are quiet, and you have an opportunity to regroup and decide what you want to do with yourselves.
Hey, welcome back, lads. Good news, bad news.
Why is my biscuit tin
bad
empty?
news?
Your biscuit tin is empty because a ghost destroyed them. That's the bad news.
It was horrific.
It was
I'm
horrifying.
glad you passed out because it was the most horrifying.
Not something you wanted to witness.
Was just goodness.
All right, good news. Veldrin, not going to be a problem anymore because I've got him in a bottle, which I would quite like to set in some cement and maybe yeet into the Black Sea, possibly. That'd be nice. If we could do that, but that's a tomorrow problem. Today problem, though. Hey, Oti, you're back. Welcome back. How's your face? Still there, good. Right, anyway. So I went to see a ladyship, only we're not allowed in, right? Because we're a little bit in the doghouse. Like, not they're going to murder us straight away in the doghouse, but like we're maybe you're in the doghouse and you get the cheap food doghouse. I say cheap food because we're all out of money because Leadbelly built a robot battle suit for the monkey. We're also in debt now to the tune of 2 coin to her ladyship for our next tribute instead of 1 because of the noisy fucking uppage. But we have half completed the job she wants us to do. Yeah. So 2 things. 1 thing, deal with Veldrin. Veldrin. And he's not dead.
And I'm surprised he's real.
He is real. We have established
right?
Veldrin is real. Right.
50-50.
Genuinely, mate, I thought he was dead. I figured when that thing ripped his face open and dropped eels out of it, that might have been it for him, and he was just like riding the body around. Didn't realise most of it was an illusion.
Honesty,
should have put my glasses on, to be fair.
He's vomited eels, to be honest.
Anyway,
it's happened a few
the
times
other
now.
thing we've got to do is we've got to... Hang on. Now, she said deal with, right? But, well, she didn't. A bloke did, the guard bloke. Yeah, anyway, he said we've got to deal with the cult of woe who are trying to put an arcane lock on us, which she don't want to happen. Not because she likes us, but because she don't want it tracked back to her. When you get like dog shit on your shoe and you walk into someone's house and then they don't invite you around there again? Kind of like that. Only the dog shit is a demon cult and the carpet is her club.
I mean, they live on a boat. Boat's very sinkable.
Yeah, but do they...
Kind of our thing.
Do they live there or do they just kind of hang out there? So we got to find them and then we've got to deal with them. Now, since it's us and since her subtletiness in there, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to suggest that we use our natural inclinations and personal talents and skills to facilitate a process by which the cult is dealt with. Yeah?
All right. Leadbelly, we're going to need lots of explosives.
Okay. Look, mate, we're going to fuck them
Is
up.
that what you meant?
I've turned over a bit of a new leaf. I think we all should consider maybe using our words as opposed to our weapons and our explosives. Just sometimes, if in a society, if you want to, evolve and progress and such, one has to realize that violence is just not normally the answer. And that perhaps if we could just sit down and have a very serious conversation with the cult of Voe. I mean, with a name like that, they sound perfectly reasonable, right? They're organised, and just explain we didn't mean to face them, and it was just it just happens to work that way, and we apologise, and I think everything will be fine.
Alternative, you write that all on a big note, we put it on the explosives, we deliver it to them.
Giving them explosives like a gift, so that
yes, just like a gift.
Yeah.
It's the gift
And
that
you know
keeps
what?
on giving.
I'll add one to it. I'll write a little nice note on the bullet I shoot at the explosives.
Also, not to put too fine a point on it, Mr. Newly Found Pacifist, you built a monkey battle suit. Which is cool, don't get me wrong. I'm loving the monkey battle suit.
It's entirely up to Patches how he applies the technology. Technology in and of itself is not necessarily bad, but how we apply it might,
That's beautiful.
Look at him. Look how happy he is. He's moving around now.
So
backflips and such.
I particularly enjoy the way that he uses that compressed air gun to shoot the mice. That was funny.
Before we get too far down the rabbit hole of potential plans, though, let's talk about what kind of information you want to gather, because that's really going to lead you up, perhaps, in a way. Now, you don't have to gather any information. You can just go in blind if you want. It's totally up to you.
Let's not do that, no.
Need to find out when and where they mostly spend their time. Preferably what they're up to would be useful before we start blowing stuff up and unleashing demonic hellspawn upon the entire city.
No demonic hellspawn. I like the plan. Yeah, it's good. All right, biscuits.
Preferably who hates them and wants to pay us in lieu of Ileana not wanting to pay us, but just wanting money anyway.
Robbing them of their shit might have to be our thing this time. I know it's not our general sort of bailiwick, as 'twere. Right, biscuits, you and me are pretty fucked up with injuries and stuff. See? I ate lightning for your mate, Leadbelly. Don't forget that. Anyway, biscuits, you're a bit messed up. You're probably going to want to be at range, right?
Generally,
yeah,
whether messed up or not.
I would say you're probably best placed to sort of keep an eye on them, watch their movements from a distance. Yeah, maybe up high.
Yeah,
sure. Wizzy, Ota.
Yeah.
Right, Ota. You know people who know people, right?
I mean, I've recently been. I mean, the one person I really knew is dead. I've been kicked out of my gambling den because of Ulf and his crew, which maybe I could go back there now since they're not a thing. So I could ask the I could talk to nobles.
Here's a thought: have you ever considered repenting of your sinful life and going to the church, and then maybe using your skills there to dig around in their shit and see if you can find out anything about the Cult of Woe?
I think. Oh, you mean go to yes, 100. Yeah, I can do that. Easy.
Just a suggestion, mate. I mean, you're our information geezer right now. It's your shout because, if it isn't involving dead folk, I don't really know what I'm doing with information gathering. I'm just trying to hold shit together until Missy gets back and says, "What the hell have you done?"
So, what kind of information are you looking for, and what actions are you taking to gather it?
Would it? I assume it'd probably be to go all undercover. I assume that would probably fall under prowl. Would it be, or would it be something else? I'm not sure.
Whatever you want it to. Well, you tell me where you want to go and how you want to go there undercover, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I would plan to show up at the Church of Woe as a new member to be that sort of thing.
The Cult of Woe is an underground cult, so you don't really know where they're at.
Because we destroyed their boat, so they went somewhere.
You damaged their boat, but you don't know. I mean, you could stake out their boat and see if they came back. If you want to go to like the Church of the Ecstasy of Flesh and try to see if they've got any information about the Cult of Woe, you could do that.
Okay. I'd be down for going. Yes.
Do you want biscuits to set up first? Because then we can get an idea of their comings and goings, and you can sort of try and time your comings with their goings.
So, so biscuits, where do you want to set up? Where?
Preferably somewhere high up with a nice view of the docks. It's probably going to be where he's now living.
Biscuits moves out, goes outside the lightning barrier, goes to the old North Port, sets up on one of the old warehouses, and is watching the barge, which is still there. So, what kind of action do you think that is?
I think in this case, I'm hunting them because I'm tracking their comings, their goings, what they get up to, what they bring with them.
So this is kind of just a risky standard roll.
Do I want to? Is there any kind of devil's bargain for that? I mean, I just love them.
Yes. The devil's bargain is because the blue coat patrols are more prevalent through here. You get noticed by the blue coats, and regardless of what happens, it'll be +2 heat to this score because they see somebody down here that they think may be part of the gang that blew them up earlier in the week.
Really forgettable, though.
Nah, that bloke didn't have
Nah.
any working lungs. This can't be this bloke.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he got shot. He
Twice.
must have died.
So that's the devil's bargain.
I think I might just. I'm gonna push it though.
Okay.
Just standard push.
Take two stress
Stress.
and push it.
Standard.
5. So success with consequences. So the consequences are, while you're searching for them, they are still trying to track you down. So we kick off a couple more blocks of the clock. The Cult of Woe tracks down the Defilers. But you do notice, you gather information. So you see that different people show up at the barge at different times during the day and the night. They're always masked. They're always wearing these long black frock coats. Never more than 2 people come at once. And generally they're only there for a couple of hours and then they leave again. But you've seen at least 8 different people go in and out of the barge over the period of a couple of days, but never more than 2 at a time. And they never stay for more than a couple of hours, but at a minimum of 8 people.
Biscuits will write that all up and leave it in one of our dead drops.
Okay. So you guys do know that they are still using the barge, but they don't seem to be congregating there, that they are coming to and from Northport and going back through the lightning barrier to where you don't know, and that there are a minimum of 8 people in the cult. Does anybody else want to gather some information?
Sounds like I should head to the church to see if we can gather some extra info.
Okay. How are you approaching the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh?
I mean, I would probably, I'd probably actually, considering all of the demon wounds I got from them, I'd probably be going to the church, seeing like, oh, I've just cleansed my blood of all of this stuff. I need to make sure that, like basically trying to, I'm like, I need to find out about these people more, essentially, like literally just being like to the church, like, I need to find out more about these groups, as they're clearly infecting people with demon blood. That's not good. Not like we have a vice den.
Okay. So you go to the church. So you are able to meet with one of the priests at the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And so what kind of actions are you taking to try to get him to open up to you about the known cults in the area?
I'm thinking that what would be a good way to, I would probably ask if, have there been others affected by stuff like this? And ultimately, though, it'd probably be like, oh, I'm going there talking with them, probably waiting for a moment that they would, I'm in their study or whichever, and they need to leave and go do something, or I'll have like Patches go make a distraction so he has to go leave and check it out, and while he's gone, I would start sifting through all their stuff.
Okay. So you're escorted. You meet with some lower functionaries, and you explain to them that you need to speak to a priest about your demonic attack, and you were led deeper into the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh, into the cathedral, down the stone stairs, and along this long corridor to an office. The door there's nothing ornate about the door. It's just an old wooden door, and you creak in and you see an older woman sitting behind a huge desk with piles of paperwork and everything about her. And she stands and she goes, "I'm told that you have recently have encountered demonic forces. Is this correct, sir?"
Without saying anything, I just show the permanent demon scar that I have.
And she gets right up really close to him. She's tracking these along your body, and she's lightly touching them. She's like, yes, these are definitely the work of a demon. Well, do tell me, what is it that we can do for you? What did you say your name was?
My name is Batches.
Batches.
Batches Klein is my name. Batches Klein.
Batches Klein. Well,
Yes.
Mr. Klein, how is it that we can help you?
Well, I believe that the group that did this to me was the Church of Woe.
There is only one
or-
church in Dusk, my son.
Sorry, the Cult of Woe.
Mm.
Very,
May
very,
have-
and I need to find out more about them to make
I
sure
may
that they
have-
don't hurt me again.
May have heard of them before. Well, it's an interesting problem. So what kind of action are you taking? Are you trying to get the information from her, or are you going to try to get her out of the room? What do you want to do?
You
I'm
might be
gonna
able to
have-
sway or consort this, instead of having to rely on a prowl or a finesse. Unless you're better at those, in which case, crack on.
I am much better with prowl finesse for sure. um, the two things I have in mind. One would be what I said earlier, having Patches make a distraction so they go and check it out and check everything out. The other thing I just thought of was, this person clearly probably has to lock up their place when they leave for the day or whatever. So when they're all close to me, touching everything, perhaps I swipe a key and I slip back in later and check all their stuff that way.
Whichever you want to try. I mean, anything's on the table. Whatever you want to
I'm
do.
going number two.
Okay,
Number two,
okay.
because then there's less time. There's like less of a time constraint of, I have to find this stuff before they come back. Instead, it's like,
Okay.
I'll just come back when they're not there.
Okay. So what kind of role do you think? Finesse or?
I'd say finesse.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it is risky for
Makes
no
sense.
effect.
Makes sense. Yeah, especially because I have that because of the less effect thing that I have.
Yeah.
Is that what made it? Yeah.
Well, no, it's no effect because she's so much higher tier than you. But the less effect would affect it as well. So you can push it. You can push it to desperate,
Yeah.
limited effect if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ooh, that's so hard. Yeah, I mean, I have no effect, so I kind of have to. So I'll make it desperate, limited.
Uh-huh.
So
Now,
I
if you want to employ Patches, you can get
Yes.
a bonus dice from him, but whatever consequences you suffer from this, he will as well.
think we got it.
Okay.
What's
okay.
the devil's
What it was
bargain?
built for.
The devil's bargain is regardless of what happens here, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh will be coming for you.
Oh God! Instead, I'll just push myself, take 2 stress.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah, I know what and so with that I now have 2 bonus die. I'm
Mhm.
at desperate limited.
Yep.
Cool. I'm fine with that. I can't.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 4 dice. I gotta get something good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yo,
got a
thank
6.
gosh, a
Okay.
6.
You got a
Yeah.
So there are no consequences, but the limited effect is you're able to pull a key off of her key ring, but you were not able to get all of the keys, so you don't know
Makes
what this
sense.
key opens.
Okay, that's fair. I'm good with that.
It's the staff fridge.
The monkey suit paid off
so-
immediately.
Yes.
So so you have a key. Is there any other actions you want to take while you are speaking with this woman?
I would then directly ask her, try to sway her to give me some more info by just literally pleading.
Okay.
Like, this was awful. I don't want this to happen again. Sort of deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Controlled. Standard
Okay.
effect. She
Cool.
wants to talk to you, so at the moment it's controlled standard effect.
Okay. I'm good with that. I'm not
You can
gonna
push
make
yourself. You can take a devil's
Oh.
bargain. Anything
I'll
you want to do.
I'll push myself to get. Actually, what could be a devil's bargain in this case?
The devil's bargain is the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh is going to take an equal amount of interest in you that you're taking in the Cult of Woe.
I'll take that. That's fine with me.
Okay.
So I'd get just one bonus die, so I'd get to roll
One
one
bonus.
die.
Mhm.
I'm down with this. A 1.
Okay. So it's controlled. So
Yeah.
basically, she's just like, my son, the cults are dangerous, and we don't. It's very, very risky for you to be asking about this kind of information. So what happens in a controlled is you can fall back and you can do a risky action other than sway. Like you could try to consort with her or something like that to try to get information out of her. And it would become risky standard instead of controlled. So instead of, trying to convince her to help you, you could try to buddy her up, or you could take some other action.
And that's consort.
Consort would be like buddying, trying to
Buddying up.
befriend her. So what would you say to this woman to try to befriend her, to get her to open up to you?
Hmm. I think what I'm going to do instead. So I'll step when you step back, it just has to be something that is other than sway in this certain situation.
Correct.
So I'm gonna basically continue trying to plead with her is what visually is going on, but what actually is going on is that I'm having Patches spend this time to kind of like mess with the door itself that goes into this place in case if the key I have doesn't work for this door, instead like making it so that it's
I gotcha.
messed
So
up.
she won't be able to actually lock it, but isn't aware
Yeah.
of it, I assume. Okay. So that's risky.
That's fair.
No effect.
Okay. So risky. I'll
You can have him push it to desperate for limited effect if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll make this desperate for sure.
You can take a devil's bargain here too. I mean, you could push it to extreme standard effect with a devil's bargain.
Oh. There's extreme? I didn't know.
There is extreme. Extreme standard, but you'd have to take the devil's bargain.
What's the devil's bargain?
The devil's bargain is regardless of what happens here, Patches is going to be captured by the Church of Ecstasy, and you will have to deal with that later.
No.
Okay.
So it'll be I'll go desperate limited.
Patches
And
has one die.
one die. Okay. Cool. I'm good with that. We'll see how it goes. See what that little buddy. Oh, what would happen if because I have fine lockpicks. Am I able to give them the fine lockpicks? No, just wanted to make sure. All right, let's see how it goes. What do 2? I didn't mean to do 2, so I guess it's just the 4.
Yeah, just roll one die. Oh yeah, we'll take the first die, a 4.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
success
thought
with consequences.
Yeah.
So limited, he successfully
Mucks up the lock.
disables the lock to the point where it is not going to lock and she's not going to be aware of it. The consequence is she sees out of the corner of her eye what looks like a rodent scurrying across her door, and she crushes it. He takes level 3 harm and is unconscious.
Okay. What's his suit do for him?
It is destroyed.
Okay.
His exosuit is destroyed, and he takes level 3 harm instead
Level
of dying.
3. Yeah.
He would be dead, but the exosuit saved his life, and he takes
Good.
level 3 harm.
I'm down. I got level 3 harm marked down, and I'll put
He's like,
stomped.
She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was your companion. You can leave him here with us. I'm sure that I could bring him around if you'd like.
Does that seem legit? Like, what, like would they actually
I don't
be...
think that's an offer.
Oh, was she literally saying leave him here?
No, she was off.
Oh,
But you don't
okay.
know. I mean, what that means, you don't know, but you totally can.
Ooh. I'll
We
say
We do tick off a few blocks of the clock that the church takes a particular interest in Oda.
I say no, I'll fix him up. No worries.
Well, all right. I'm terribly sorry. Was there anything else that I can help you with, my dear friend?
No, that's wonderful. You've done. One other thing, of course. When is service?
With our services every day, we worship. Here in the church, we worship the majesty of the body, of the physicality every day.
Okay.
We see to the destruction of spirits every day.
Well, you
Of
will
course,
be.
there are high festivals, but the church doors are always open for worship.
You'll see me here even more.
So you're escorted out of the church.
Yeah, carrying patches.
Is there any other actions you guys want to take to gather information? Do you want to try to sneak back into the church and back into her office? Is there anybody else who wants to do anything else?
I would basically, I'd link up with the crew and let them know, like, hey, I got the doors, like, should be able to get into their place. Got this key, don't know where it goes. Also, Patches got stepped on.
You say
That cost us two coin. We spent 2 coin, and he got stepped on.
Yeah, he's still alive.
So it worked.
Yes.
The exoskeleton is
Feels
utterly
like shoddy
destroyed.
workmanship.
2 coin. We're eating noodles for a month.
90% of the bones in Patch's body are broken, but he is alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. That's all that matters. Yeah, he's living. They put him in his little bed, and I say, okay, shall we sneak into the church?
I have another plan, but if you want to go ahead and do that, you can.
I'll I'll look at Leadbelly. I'm like, you want to come help me sneak into a church, or be lookout? Or actually, no, Biscuits, you're probably best to be lookout, aren't you?
I'll be glad to help. And he takes 2 steps, knocks everything over between him and you. Just goes cascading. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm ready. Let's go.
Biscuits just stands up and goes, I'll get my coat.
Perfect.
Okay, so Biscuits and Wazuki head back towards the church. Placid.
Right, I'm going to do something equally stupid, since doing stupid things is kind of our vibe. Now, I have a question first. Strange Friends. We know all of the people in Strange Friends, right? We've just got one who's a friend and one who's an enemy. Everybody else is kind of neutral to us, but we know they exist.
Strange friends.
The friends thing, your contacts, allies.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, because I'm a
Whisper.
whisper. Mine are strange friends. Other people have shady friends or stuff like that.
You just have
Deadly.
You know 2 people. One is an enemy and one is your friend. So Quinlan's your friend.
Yeah, but you know
The
the
guys
others
are in-
exist and they're just neutrally disposed towards you. So you could
Yeah, you know they exist.
All right.
Yes.
So one of mine then is Satara, a demon. I think I might go and have a chat with her because the Cult of Woe summon a demon. I'm hoping it's not her. If it is her, she might not like them summoning her. And if it isn't her, then she might not like that they're giving someone else stuff. Okay. So I'm going to try and track down Satara.
You know that Satara actually hangs out in your neck of the woods.
That's
she's in the night market, generally in the night market. She has her own home in the night market. You're met at the door by a shadowy figure. He's like, is there something I can do for you?
I was hoping to have a chat with the mistress. I have a spot of business to discuss with her that may be to her advantage.
What do you offer to Satara to meet with her?
Well, that's the thing. See, we don't know whether or not it's going to be something she wants to do.
It doesn't matter. If you wish to speak with her, you must offer something before you are allowed into Satara's presence.
Okay, fine. All right. Let me think. What have I got? What have I actually got to offer her? Is it?
I will tell you this, you do have a tier 2 ghost in a spirit bottle.
I do. That is very true. I have something she might be interested in. Captured spirit. Quite a potent one.
Let me see.
I'll show him the spirit bottle.
He holds it up, shakes it, swallows it. You may go in. She's waiting to see you, Placid.
Okay.
And as you go past him, he disappears, fades into mist.
Right, well, Veldrin problem solved.
And you walk in, and this building, you can't see anything. There are no corridors, there's no rooms. It's just completely black. But somehow you know where to go. Your body's almost moving on its own, and you just seem to be crisscrossing your own path over and over again.
Can I
and
click
then
my
you
spirit
find yourself
mask on and maybe get a better idea of where I'm going?
You can attune if you'd like to.
I was just thinking the mask, because that helps me to see.
But you'd have to take some action to
I
activate
see.
it.
All right, yes, I will attune then.
Okay. It's desperate, limited effect.
And what does a fine spirit mask modify that by, or is that what gives me that?
That's what allows you to have any effect whatsoever in
So
Satara's home.
Desperate, limited.
If you want to do this.
No, you know what? I'm the guest here. I'm going to be polite. That would be rude. So I'm cancelling that. I'm just going to wander around aimlessly for a little while until she decides that she's had her fun.
So your body is moving through. It's almost like you're just watching yourself or sensing yourself move. And then you find yourself seated at a table and the lights are bright. You have it was no transition. It was just 1 minute you were wandering. The next minute you're at this table. There's a tablecloth across this table. You're sitting in a high back chair.
Is that what it feels like to be lead belly?
There's literally a crystal ball on the table in front of you. And on the other side is a very beautiful woman, very tall, statuesque, beautiful woman with long black hair and coal black eyes. Placid, you offered a delicious token to speak with me. What is it that I can do for you?
What? An introduction deserves something a little special, I feel. Mom? Do you prefer Mom?
You may call me Queen Satara.
Queen Satara. Queen Satara. Very good. Queen Satara, Your Majesty. I find myself and my cohorts have a disagreement with a cult. The cult
Yes, I'm well aware. The
Cult
cult
of
of woe. Yes.
I was curious as to whether or not they were a bother to you as well as to us.
They worship another powerful demon, the demon of woe, obviously. However, we are not enemies, woe and I. In fact, we find ourselves more often than not on the same side. However, we are demons, so what is it that you are really asking?
Well, this is what I'm here for, really. See, I've been asked to remove the cult from the equation, to take them out of play, as it were. Last thing I want to do is to upset one of the ancient ones, beings of power in the city. You know, nobody where we are needs to have new enemies. Is there a way, is my question, is there a way that the cult can be removed from the situation without the demon of woe deciding that then he's got it in for us instead?
You don't need to worry about that, Placid. Woe thrives on all suffering, and the suffering of his followers is the most delicious nectar of all. He will not care, or it will not care. It has its influence in the city is only through its agents, and it will receive their souls in delicious agony. This is not something you need to concern yourself with, if that is your fear.
That's fantastic. That's really helpful. Thank you very much. Wow. That's good to know. I really appreciate that.
Oh, that's no problem. I will be calling on you for a favor someday soon.
I do not doubt it, Your Majesty.
Well, then, excellent. Enjoy the rest of your stay, and you're back in this blackness, and you feel like you wander for like 8 hours. I mean, you're so tired by the time you get out her front door, and that ghosty spiritual mist man is standing next to you. You feel like you've walked probably for 20 hours. I mean, your legs hurt so bad you can barely stand. And he spits the spirit bottle up into his hand, and it's empty now, and he hands it back to you. It was a pleasure, Mr. Placid.
So is he gone, consumed, ex-spirit then?
He was a proper offering to the Lady Satara. She will be calling on you shortly. There's so many things that she needs done in the city. But for now, please depart.
Understood.
And with that, again, it disappears.
Bye then.
Back to Biscuits and Mizuki at the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. What do you do?
Time to sneak in. Once I get the signal from Biscuits, which I assume they throw a biscuit at my head from the top of a roof.
So, is this where Biscuits is going to take a point of stress and give you a bonus die? Is that what you're looking to get out of this, or is there some other action you're trying to do here?
I'm not sure. Biscuits. I'm thinking, what you keep an eye out sort of deal to But
I mean,
what do you think?
Is it worth Biscuits keeping an eye out from a bit closer by than
a rooftop?
you know? Because
yeah,
because if Biscuits starts shooting,
right.
it feels like we're going to start going downhill very quickly.
True.
Whereas I can intercept problems quieter.
Okay. So I hear then that you guys are both going to prowl into the church. So is Mizuki leading a group action, or is Biscuits leading a group action?
I can lead the group action unless you have a better prowl.
I have one in prowl, so
I got two. So
yeah,
shouldn't
go
be
for
too
it.
bad. What's the system for that? It's like
So you roll the action and take hold on, now I've got to remember myself. You take the stress if his roll doesn't succeed.
Got you.
But as long as you take the better roll of the two of you,
yeah.
But if he doesn't succeed, you take stress.
Got you. Okay.
So you
cool.
both roll prowl and you take the better roll. But
got you. Sounds good.
So you are risky, no effect.
Okay.
Hey.
I will. I'll make that desperate because I completely forgot my daredevil that gives me an extra die, and so I'm gonna remember. I got that remembered now, and I will. Yeah.
Would you like to borrow some kind of burglary gear?
I mean, I can. I have fine lockpicks.
I have burglary gear. I could. Oh yeah. Well, you could use.
So we'll say
fine
between
lock-
the two of you. Okay. So so you go to desperate limited effect, and because of the extra gear, desperate standard effect.
Got you. I see. Nice. Thank you.
And that's for both of you.
Okay.
You both roll and take the better of the two.
Okay. I got that there.
Okay. And so Oda,
Enjoy
you're
taking
leading. So
that
you
stress.
take 3 stress
Yeah.
for Biscuit's roll, but you get a 4, so that's a success with consequence.
Okay.
The consequence is the two of you are captured by the church guards. You sneak in, you get into the room, you find the intelligence on the cult's whereabouts. You actually find that they work with the church You find the connection between the church and the cult because the church are themselves demon worshippers, and you are captured on your way out. And that is where we are going to leave it today, with Biscuits and Mizuki captured by the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh while they were doing an attempt to gather information about the Cult of Woe. And we will see if we deal with the Cult of Woe next week, or if we deal with trying to rescue Biscuits and Mizuki from the church.
We'll turn to Mizuki and go, "Don't worry, this is my favorite bit."
So, everybody, I want to thank you for watching us. If you are watching us here tonight on Twitch, and you have an opportunity, do join us in the Discord. Go to the Blades in the Dark channel on our Discord, on the Garblag Discord, and give me an idea of what you think the crew should do, and maybe you'll help sway them figure out how they're going to handle this particular situation. Other than that, we really thank you for joining us.
Party.
Yeah, you got a split party. You got a couple missions. Hopefully,
Army
Pat will
of
be back
robot
next
monkeys.
week to help you out. But let's go ahead and do a quick roundtable. Ben, what have we got going on with Garblag
What day is it?
next week?
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Right. So next week on Garblag, Monday, City of Mist semi-final. Tuesday, Coriolis Part 18, Billion and 6. Wednesday is
Age of
the
Sigmar.
first episode of Soulbound, Age of Sigmar, yes. Thursday is the One Ring, come hell or high water, even if I have to do it on my own next week.
Thursday night, we'll be back for some Octoon Cthulhu on Garblag North America.
Yup. And then Friday, the finale here for
The finale of Season 1 of the
Bladish.
Knaves of Dusk.
In the Dark.
And Jeff, what's the Lollygaggers got going on this week?
Yeah, twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. Tonight, North American time, we are playing Mothership. We've been playing through the Gradient Descent module, which has been a lot of fun. Tomorrow, you can catch Aaron and I as we're playing some Orbital Blues, so Sad Space Cowboys, Firefly, Cowboy Bebop style of game. And on Monday, we're doing Deadlands for Savage Worlds, as we're hearing like the end of part 2 of a 3-part campaign. So yeah.
You guys and your
Awesome.
Savage World player killing goodness.
So much fun.
Haven't killed
Lewis.
anyone yet, actually. Not in Deadlands, anyway.
What do you got going on this week?
I'm hopefully running the One Ring next week, Thursday.
Fingers crossed. And Ty, how about you?
0. I'll be here hopefully on Friday. I know that I'm going. My family's out. We're always going somewheres. So right now, not much. Playing
Well,
on
can't
my
wait.
Steam Deck.
Can't wait to see how you guys handle the Church of the Flesh.
Should
I'm
we-
excited.
Should
It's
we,
going to be-
should we just leave like them in prison and just me and Oleg will fix it?
Oh,
You
No,
know,
Who?
that's always your
Who?
choice. Always a choice.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I thought it was just the 3 of us. You and the mistress.
All right,
she can go
everybody.
and get them
Thanks.
out of prison. It'd be great.
Thanks. As we've been Garblight Games. Hope you come and join us on the Discord. Check us out on YouTube, Twitch TV, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Oh, I'm in charge, aren't I? I've got to shut things down.
You are in charge.
Bye.
I need to do that. The transition, totally smooth action, everything is fine.